Welcome to another video tutorial from 2dgameartguru.com. Today I'm working in Inkscape version 1.4 to take a second look at the multicolor loop. I was so focused on my way that I overlooked the most obvious way to approach the problem. In this video I will work with basic shapes, the path effect bend, the node tool and the shape builder. In the previous video I used the path effect pattern along path along with the shape builder tool to create the infinite loop. I've used the pattern along path on many occasions and it just felt like the go-to option. I have the path, the infinite loop, created from two circles that I deformed, duplicated and mirrored, opened and reconnected to form the loop. And I have the pattern, a group of 3 rectangles. I copy the path and apply the effect bend to the group. Once I paste the path, the group gets deformed according to the shape of the path. It is in a way the opposite workflow than the pattern along path, where the pattern gets pasted to the path. With the 3 shapes stacked on top of each other, I need to use the shape builder to create the overlap in the center. I combine the different parts of each track. I give the result a fill and then assign the different colors to those 3 tracks. The result is the multicolored infinite loop with the tracks crossing over in the center. I add shading shapes at the overlap to make it more visible. I use 2 rectangle shapes with a gradient fill on either side of the top tracks. The shape builder tool can create clusters of nodes along curved lines that you might want to clean up. Unlike the pattern along paths, the bend had no issues with the loop being closed. There is a fine gap on the right hand side though that the shape builder could not close. It's fixed easily with 3 bridging shapes that I add with path union to each of the tracks. I remove unwanted nodes and even out the curves with the node tool, especially when zoomed in this much. Turning off the snapping helps. Once I worked out the reverse logic of this path effect, the blend worked extremely well on this multicolored loop. Let's see what happens when I apply the bend to a shape with a gradient fill. The rectangle has a multicolored gradient fill, and I apply the layer blend effect bend to this one, copy the path and paste it, and the result is a wider loop with a gradient fill, but the gradient fill did not get stretched. It just copied the attribute. When I make a bitmap copy of the gradient in order to stretch that, it won't work because I'm no longer working with a vector path that can be transformed. An alternative approach would be with shapes. I have the rainbow colors as rectangles overlapping each other, and I'm going to give them a blur to blend into one another. Not blurring the reds at the start and end of the loop might connect it better, but I decided to blur them anyway. I end up with a group of vector shapes that are blurred but should take on the path effect. Once I add the path effect bend and copy and paste the loop to it, I end up with this multicolored blurred mess. Let's try and trim it with the loop. I duplicate the loop, widen the stroke, and use it as a clip. I should have known better. Clips work on the shape, not the stroke. Using a mask instead of a clip trims it to something resembling the result I'm after. Converting the stroke to a pass via pass stroke to pass and using that as a clip seems like the better option. Overall, it is not refined enough. Maybe more shapes and time could fix it. For this video, I'm going to the next one I tried in the old video though, the railroad track. I grouped the three elements of the track, add the bend and paste the pass. It bends the way it should, but I don't have a repeated pattern option here, so that's not working. The rainbow, on the other hand, should work a lot better and easier than the previous version with the pattern along pass. I assign the bend and paste the pass, adjust the width either by changing the value in the panel or using the handle, and I get the desired result. There are some fine hairlines between the shapes. In order to fix that, I scale one of the rectangles to cover all of them, place it at the bottom of the group and apply the bend again. The result is a wider red shape and the smaller shapes on top. Using the pass effect bend on this design worked a lot better than the pattern along pass from the previous video. Usually there is more than one way to approach a problem. It's all about knowing the best tool for the task at hand. This might mean a bit of trial and error. I tried the bend tool before and it did not work. This time around, with the right approach, it was a breeze. In this video, I used basic shapes, the pass effect bend, the node tool and the shape builder to create the multicolored track loop and the rainbow pass. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new. If you did, please subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and let me know what you want to see on this channel, and I will see you again soon.